Shalom and good evening. So all who may come across this video, this is going to be just a intuitive spiritual guidance reading. And of course, I'm not really sure who it's going to resonate with, but I'll just say that it's a general reading. What messages would you, as Most High, would you like for your elect to know during this time? About what's going on. I need to think about what spread I'm going to do. I usually like to do a simple spread, maybe 3 to 5 cards, but we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll do this spread. It'll be a 4-card spread. And the first question that we are pulling for is, what is the most helpful for us to know right now? What is the most helpful for us to focus on at this time? What is the most helpful for us to focus on at this time? What is the most helpful for us to focus on at this time? That's one. The next question is, what is the deeper soul guidance to bring us healing now? What is the deeper soul guidance to bring us healing? What is the deeper soul guidance to bring us healing? What is the deeper soul guidance to bring us healing? The next question is, what does my soul want me to know at this time? So I'll say, since it's general, what does our souls, or what is the general message for the elect souls that you want us to know right now? Hold on, let me. So what is the general message that you want for the souls of the elect to know right now? And the last and final card. What is the most helpful guidance for our souls to receive right now that will affect the present and the future? What is the helpful guidance for our souls to know right now that will affect the present as well as the future? If I can get this card. Uh-oh. We're going to shuffle, or is this one card? Okay, I was tripping. This was the one card. All right. Heavenly Father, I ask that all energies be removed from this card that will operate, be removed from all these cards that will cause us to operate in any type of deceit, Father. Only allow your truth and your wisdom to come through for those of us who are listening, for our highest good and for the highest good of any who are connected to us. So be it. The first question is, what is most helpful for us to focus on right now at this time? What is the most helpful for us to focus at this time? The next question was, what is the deeper soul guidance to bring us healing right now? The third question was, what is it that our souls need to know at this time? That's this one. And the fourth question was about the guidance. And it says, what is the most helpful guidance for our souls to receive now to secure our best future? So I'm going to begin with question number one. What is the most helpful for us to focus upon at this time? That card that we have is Hayaka, and it calls her, I think it says Sorceress of Light. We're not going to adhere to that. We're going to call her a light worker. And she is number 40. So let's see what messages the book gives, and then we'll go ahead and go with what I'm led to give. It says, no enemy shall defeat you, not by night, nor by day, not upon the earth, nor in the soul. You are divinely protected and empowered. You shall fulfill your destiny with joy in your heart and laughter in your belly. Play, be in nature, feel the freedom of happiness within you, even in this moment. These are your sacred powers, and with them, you shall take every step upon your journey successfully, and nothing shall thwart your divine destiny. It says, ask for healing, mentoring, or assistance to support you now. This support will help you feel stronger and more empowered so as to deal with any challenge and be reassured that your spirit can handle it. There is spiritual protection for you now as you follow the guidance to explore conscious movement and creative self expression. This can stir up old energy, releasing it from you and allowing vital presence to take hold within you. You are going through an initiation in which you will need to reassert your happiness and joy anytime it slips into the darkness of doubt, fear, or anxiety. Take time to dance, to sing, drum, and affirm your aliveness with joy and courage. Become spiritually bolder in the face of anything that attempts to diminish you. Have faith in the power of the Most High, the supreme power. You are watched over by love. Hold on. Okay. So basically, I don't know how on point this is. This is definitely on point for me. Um, but this is basically talking about or reminding us that pretty much any negativity that's surrounding us right now or coming at us right now, um, it's doing so because of the light, and that it's reminding us that it's not going to prosper. No weapon, no accusation, none of that is going to prosper because we are following the path that the Most High has us on, and we will be successful in doing so. This card for me, I'm getting that we know, like, just intuitively, we know what we're being called to do. We know it. And the more that we resist the negativity, the more that we resist trying to be held bound, we will get freedom. We will obtain freedom. The more that we choose to rise above the negativity, choose to rise above the accusations, choose to rise above people questioning what you are doing, you will gain, first of all, a sense of boldness, a sense of assurance within what you're doing, and you will gain freedom. This is also a card to remind us to be in joy, because with that negativity comes like darkness. It comes like our own doubts and our own insecurities and anxieties are heightened. It's not just from people who are outside of us, it's also our own concerns. Am I on the right path for real? Am I doing what I'm really supposed to be doing? Is this right? Is this wrong? This card is saying as well, or is this message is being brought to us to say that you are on the right path. In fact, you are being initiated. Everything that you are going through, everybody who's ever had to do some good here, any light worker that has ever come here with an actual mission, they've had to go through the same thing too. You are not alone, and you are covered by the love of the Most High. So that's the message for now. I don't want to make this too lengthy, and I feel like I got a slow start. So here we go. The next question, question number 2. What is the deeper soul guidance to bring us healing now? What we got was number 4 in the deck. So let me go ahead and go to her. There's the one. Eight. All right. So this card is Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan. And it says she guards the waters of life. The ancient guardian mother protects the waters of life and offers her protection and blessing. Her appearance augurs a time of purification and cleansing, leading to enhanced fertility. You are a creator of new consciousness, a generator of positive energy as fuel for constructive outcomes. We need your vitalized being to keep nourishing the human collective with helpful alternatives to mainstream consciousness. You will be protected and supported at the deep level of soul in order to become the creator and custodian of a clean reservoir of consciousness from which souls thirsty for purity, relief, and love can drink. The ancient mother will help you to help her and the many creatures within her care. She will help you to be fearlessly inventive with your loving creations of healing consciousness. All praises. Now, what this actually means, according to the book, it says consider very seriously the need to cut cords to negative or unhelpful influences in your life, whether they be your own habits, people, or forms of entertainment and media that threaten to distort the pure and wise use of your wild spirit and ignited mind. Whilst it is important that you engage with others, The sacred creator within you requires time and space and solitude to process, reflect within, wait, to process and reflect, contemplate and create. Only then can you remember who you are and what is important to you, and then summon the inner power to act accordingly. In that way, you will not become overly swayed by any lesser force, particularly mainstream consciousness, that perpetuates victimizing thought patterns and behaviors. Give yourself a chance for spiritual, psychological, and emotional timeout and cleansing so that you can recognize the inner truth of your own soul and adhere to that faithfully. Mm. Okay, so there are messages for those of us who are light workers that we came here with, that we were sent here with, okay? And so the only way that we can safeguard those messages is by turning off the television or getting off of social media for some time, or just not allowing other people's opinions and other people's interpretations of knowledge and understanding to infiltrate what we know. That's what we're being called to do, to guard ourselves. Guard your mind. Guard your mind. Because right now there is a time where there are some things that are already widely accepted. And the messages that you have to offer, while they may not necessarily be brand spanking new, the way that you are packaging them, they may come across as new, but there's nothing new under the sun. However, because we are in a new era and a new age, what messages you are bringing may appear new or may sound new to people who have not been blessed to have this understanding. So there's going to be rebuttals, there's going to be refusals, there's going to be a personal attacks on you and your character, but you still have a message and you still have a responsibility to give that message because it's why you're here. It's part of your whole purpose. And a lot of us are awakening to our purposes now. So there are a lot of there's a lot of information, there's a lot of knowledge that we have learned or that we have taken hold to that may not necessarily be true, which is what our soul is aware of. And so our souls are going to be working to purge us of this information that is not factual, to purge us of this information that it knows is untrue. And what we are left with, we are to guard fiercely and not allow anybody to change that and alter that. And the one of the ways that we can definitely do that is by spending time alone. So this to me says to get to yourself. You need it. I'm pretty sure you've been hearing other people's opinions of what you're doing, of the manner that you're doing it in, the mediums that you are deciding to use, and it can definitely be affecting you. Hence the darkness, the possible darkness and depression that you could be going through. Getting to yourself is going to allow you the freedom that you need. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Okay, that's it for that. Question number three. Question number three. What does our soul need us to know at this particular time? Mm. Kayeni, and it says that in each other we find ourselves. This is card number 42. I can tell you now that for me, what I'm intuitively getting just from that message is that it's time for you to link up with other people. It's time for you to link up with others who are very much like you. This is where you're also going to draw your strength from. And as you were, I don't know if you guys remember, but with the understanding of this card, it also said that you needed to link up with others somebody who you might look up who is living life the way that you desire to live it, to go to them for guidance, to go to them for encouragement, which only makes sense because they have been where you are. They have been where you are and actually overcame. This is why you look up to them. This is why you see them as a sense of encouragement, another beacon of light, even to you who is a fellow light worker. And now here we are with another message that I believe is truly encouraging that. Seeing yourself, seeing yourself in others. If I also remember correctly, this also means that sometimes there are some things that may upset us about other people, and that truthfully, we need to look at that as really something that is bothering us about ourselves. All right, here we go. There is a spiritual purpose that only you can fulfill. As you move forward on your journey, you create space for others to move along behind you. And as the ones ahead of you move forward, so too does room open up for your own expansion. Upon this earth, we are all building the sacred temple, each fulfilling our tasks as we assist and support each other in our collective divine mission. How can you help with how can you help with your heart most actively engaged? What can you offer which inspires and energizes you so much that others are uplifted also in your presence? How can you receive from others joyfully, bringing them pleasure? Engage in giving and receiving deeply and with devotion. Your wisdom and openness to life generates healing for our earth. Ooh, I wonder if a little bit of that smoke got down my throat. Excuse me. It says that healing is indicated, especially of wounds about connection and trust, safety and tribe, belonging and permission to be a unique individual. Oh my gosh. Yes. So basically, it's already saying that it's showing that some of us are still not secure in who it is that we are becoming or who it is that we've always known somewhere inside that we are fighting to become. Some of us are still not secure with that. So, and it's because of wounds that we have received in our youth, I'm sure. And even some that have happened, in our young adulthood and or our adulthood. Maybe I'm not going to be accepted. I was once accepted in a certain crowd of people or in a certain group of people. And now, if I walk into my calling, I'm going to seem weird. I'm going to seem crazy. I'm going to seem too quirky and out of place. You can feel the shift that you are no longer fitting in. First of all, you never really did. But then here you go, you thought you found a place where you can fit in, and now you're beginning to stand out again. Now you can feel what you always feel when you're being elevated, when you're being taken to another level. Like, God dog it, this is uncomfortable. These conversations are uncomfortable now. I can no longer remain the same. And so you're being called to move, but that old wound is being reopened. It's like a finger is being pressed into, an old sore, and it's stirring up that soreness, that tenderness there that hasn't been healed, that would cause you to desire to just be quiet or hide what's going on in you. But it's saying that healing is coming for that. But some of us are still asking for permission, and we don't need to. We don't need to ask for permission. Anyway, it says at a physical level, more vitality is indicated and ample energy for healing. At a spiritual level, a deepening awareness of unified consciousness is opening up within you, which will bring you into deeper divine communion and increase your effectiveness as a healing presence and sacred activist in this world. You have a destiny to fulfill, and there will be much help from many different people to fulfill it. The universe wants you to succeed. Do not hesitate to ask and receive assistance for your fulfillment of your own mission helps others. So basically, I also get the vibe, of course, that this can mean that some of us are feeling very much like we are by ourselves. We're feeling like we are alone. But the truth is that the more that you begin to operate your light, the more that you begin to talk about what it is that you're into, you will begin to recognize and realize that there are so many others who are like you. That you'll start attracting those people, and then from there, you'll be able to ask them questions. And for sure, you have a message and you have some things that you will also be able to teach them in return. And then you'll find that you're not by yourself, that there are actually others like you who you can draw inspiration from. You can also draw your strength from. So that is the guidance to us, to accept this healing that's coming. Don't try to play yourself down. Don't try to dim your light. Don't try to just fit in. No, open up. Open up to your gifts. Open up to your call and your soul purpose and begin to operate in it. And watch the universe and the Most High, which I believe the universe and the Most High are one. So again, when I say universe or most High, that's what I'm talking about. Open yourself up to the Most High and your calling, and those who need to be connected to you will be. They will, like, it'll almost be like they'll suddenly appear. And the help that you couldn't get before, and you were wondering, how am I going to do this, and well, where is this going to come from, and oh, I need a team of people. It's just going to manifest, but you got to start doing it, and that means you have to step out of fear. That's the guidance, I believe. Or no, yeah, that was what it said that your soul needed to know. That was what your soul wanted you to know. And the last and final question is, what is the most helpful guidance for us to receive now to secure our best future? And we got card number 5 in the deck here. So let me hurry up and find that. We have the circle cross. And this is such good news, you guys. This is amazing. This is about to be everything. It says your plans and purpose are in alignment with greater cosmic forces. Whether you see it coming or not, things will fall into place and what you have been working towards will come to fruition. A rare intersection of heaven and earth will result in a precious manifestation of grace, and the divine shall correct a situation that is in need of realignment. So fear not, pray boldly, and be faithful. All is well. It says your soul is a facilitator of sacred union between the spiritual realms and the earthly world. Whether you do this as an artist or a healer, an activist, a priestess, or shaman, or in some other way, honor your path and your purpose. Take care of yourself and prioritize your spiritual life according to the practices and methods that help you to remain open, connected, and grounded with your heart open to the Most High and moved by love for our earth. You are part of a team of souls working to keep the balance of light on our planet intact, accessible, and vital. So offer yourself to the divine plan without holding anything back, and know that you will be helped in countless ways, just as you offer your own will and talent to this sacred purpose of healing this world. This makes me so happy. This makes me so happy. This makes me so happy. This is a message that another young lady gave to me. Now I'll say about a week ago. So many people, and this is the example I'm going to give. So many people think that we're supposed to work jobs, right? And that you have to work in order to survive, and you have to work in order to eat. And by work, I mean you have to get like you have to get a 9 to 5, a traditional 9 to 5. And the truth is, with a lot of us healers and a lot of us light workers, it's like we have such a struggle with that. We have such a struggle with that. And I'm not saying that it's not that there's anything wrong with those of us who do work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But I know that you should never allow this society to force you to feel like you have to do anything. Knowing that if you begin to walk in your purpose, that truly the Most High will make a way for you. I'm not saying by any means be lazy. I'm saying get busy with your purpose. Get busy with your call. Get busy with your call, and the Most High will ensure that you yourself and your needs are met and that they're taken care of. This card, it says, indicates that heaven and earth are aligning to correct the situation. For some of you, that could be a relationship that you entered into that you were not supposed to, or I don't even want to say that you weren't supposed to, but I will say that if you were healed, you would not have otherwise done so, and that this relationship worked. It was okay. It was allowed to help you see what healing that you needed. But now, since you see it, now you're going to be given, a period where you will be allowed to be freed from this relationship for the purpose of you receiving and going through with your healing, so that you can continue to walk the path that you are being called to, so that you can be a part of the plan. You are already a part of it. But there may be some ways that you're not actively working to serve it. And maybe it's because of relationships. Mother, father, sister, brother, husband, or wife. Or it could be some other obligations. It could be your job that's been taking so much of your time that you have not been able to do your part in the plan, spiritually speaking, because maybe it took up so much time. Maybe there's going to be something that occurs in your job where it may look like to somebody else that, oh no, this is bad. But for you, you're going to be like, thank you, Father. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, because now you'll be freed up to be able to do more of the true work that you really desire to do. That's all that I have for now. I pray that the Most High was able to utilize some of these messages. Not the Most High, my bad. I pray that some of you guys will be able to utilize these messages, and that the Most High will make them resonate with you as they should. I'm tired, guys. I'll go ahead and say shalom. I guess before I go, I need to do my summary like I always like to do. So this is a reminder to go within, not to allow the negativity and the darkness to overshadow you and to make you feel like you are not en route, or like that you're not in alignment with your plan, because you are. It's saying that you're about to experience some freedom, and that the way that you can tap into your freedom always is to operate from a place of love, to start doing some singing, those things that make you happy, those things that bring you joy. Get into nature. That's what it's reminding you to do. To do those things that make your light shine bright. This is telling you to get into solitude as well, to guard your mind, to guard the knowledge and the message that the Father has given you for such a time as this. And to do that, that means disconnecting from people, places, and or things, and going into yourself and remembering what your purpose is. This was a reminder to remember that that we're all connected, that you're not by yourself, that the more that you operate in your call, the more that you shine your light, then your soul tribe, the people who are also on this mission with you, the people who understand you, will begin to appear. This right here, I forgot to say, was also a reminder to cut off any type of negativity, whatever it is. All right. And this guidance was to also ask for assistance. This one did too. Ask for help. Ask for help. This last and final card was just telling us that basically something is about to happen on our behalf that is going to allow for us to move even more into divine alignment with the soul purpose for our lives. Like something that we did has us slightly out of balance or out of alignment, but don't worry that the Most High has got us, and He's going to allow for a moment of His grace to come and put us back on course. So be on the lookout. With that, I'll say shalom. I love you all with the love of the Father. Be blessed.